fairest form of taxation and why? This will be 3 minutes, and we'll start with Dr. Richburg. We'll come back to Councilman Stewart and go to Mayor Johnson.
Fairest form of taxation, I believe, is that individual citizens should be taxed according to their income, their household occupancy,
Mayor Johnson.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I said Councilman Stewart, then Mayor Johnson.
Thank you. Again, I think that prior to Act 388, we had a pretty fair and a pretty balanced tax. It combines sales tax, property tax, and income tax. And we need one that taxes individuals and business in a fair and equitable manner. And I think that we have to make sure that, again, everything is fair and equitable. In my opinion, there's never going to be a time when you can say, I've paid $2,000 in property taxes and I've received $2,000 in services. If your house does not burn and you have paid into the fire service, is that inequitable? No. There's some things that in our core mission that we have to make sure that that they're covered by our taxes, and that's what I would favor. Is again a return to to balancing that three-legged stool. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna. The question here is going to be. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mayor. Sorry, Mayor Johnson.
I would love not to have to answer that question. I've been with the Department of Revenue for almost 30 years, and we administer, I forget how many number of taxes that you probably haven't even heard of, but believe it or not, the form of taxes that we have now is really not that bad. What causes the problems are all of the exemptions and deductions. Just for example, sales tax. We collect $2.5 billion in sales tax each year, and that's a lot of money. But we give away $2.7 billion in deductions and exemptions. So I think we could take out the exemptions and the deductions, at least some of them. Sales tax is probably the most fair, it's the fairest form of taxation. As a matter of fact, the Track Commission proposed, I think, some $600,000 worth of changes to some of our deductions. And what I like about sales tax is everybody pays sales tax. And if you can afford to buy the big ticket items, you pay that amount of sales tax. If you buy small things, you pay that amount of sales tax. If you own property, you pay sales tax. If you don't own property, you pay sales tax. So property owners and folks that rent pay sales tax. And what I like most about sales tax is folks that come into South Carolina from outside of South Carolina, they take advantage of our services and help tear up our roads and those types of things, they pay sales tax also. And so with this state being a high tourism state, a lot of our expenses will be paid by folks that visit us, and it would put a lot of less tax burden on us as residents. So I think the sales tax is probably the most fairest form of tax if we can do something about the exemptions and the deductions.
The reason that I would disagree with going with leaning on more sales tax is the economies of the states that have done that, such as Florida and Tennessee, who depend more on sales tax. When the economy tanks, what do we quit doing? We quit buying. So it's more difficult to balance your budget. I think that's one thing at the county level that we see. A property tax is a much more stable tax. It's one that you can predict, and a sales tax is not. It's going to go up and down with the economy. Now, if you went to a sales tax, then I think you would really have to put aside a tremendous amount of money, or at least a portion of the money. You have to put it up in a rainy day fund, because if you didn't, when you hit those bad times, your citizens are going to suffer.
If I may, I didn't say I would go to a sales tax. I was just saying that that's probably the most fairest form of taxation. If we want to talk about what type of tax is better, then that would be a different question. But I just wanted to make sure that I was answering the question as far as what we thought was the most fair type of tax. And I just thought sales tax because everybody pays. I'm not advocating that we rely on sales tax because I do understand that that's not a stable source of revenue, and it just depends on people's spending habits.